What's up, guys? It's Jason Overthink Gaming. Today, I want to talk about one of my favorite consoles, the SEGA Dreamcast. This console is freaking awesome. I remember when I got it, I gotta say, it was probably the year 2000, whenever the prices went down, and I was at a Best Buy, and I decided, like, hey, man, the Dreamcast, I forgot how much it was, but it was cheap. So I picked up the Dreamcast, you know, with a bunch of games, because I had money in my wallet. You know, I was young, just spending money like crazy, which I still fucking do, so I haven't changed. But I wasn't even looking for a Dreamcast. I started buying games after games. I remember buying like the 2K games right away, the Sonic Adventure. Back then I was into tuner cars. Fast and the Furious was popular. There's a game called Tokyo Extreme Racer. I remember that game was cool because it took place in Japan. It was just like, I just kept buying games for it. The system was just like, I had a lot of fun with it and I was addicted to it. And then shortly after, the system didn't last long, from like September 99 to March 2001, they discontinued the system and the games. I was crushed, man, when I found that out because I was enjoying the Dreamcast, but I did get a lot of good experiences from the Dreamcast. But today on this video, I want to show you guys how to mod the Dreamcast. Like, it's not gonna be a tutorial video. Basically, I'm gonna show you guys how easy it is to mod the system. This is literally the easiest mod you can do for your system. You're just gonna buy this board right here, and this is gonna replace your disk drive. So it's an ODE, optical disc emulator. First of all, what you guys wanna do is make sure you have a version 1 Dreamcast. Now, the easiest way to check if you have a version 1 Dreamcast is to turn it over in the back, and you're gonna look at the very bottom in this circle. If it's got a circle 1, it's a V1. If it's got a circle 2, then it's a version 2. Now, the reason why it has to be a version 1, because that was the model that you can run burnt games and all that, and then they changed it with the V2. And if you try to stick this board inside a V2, you're gonna run into some problems. You're probably gonna like fry your system out or something. I wouldn't try it. It's not gonna work. These boards are cheap. I picked this one up. This is a cloned version. It was only like $50 off eBay. I bought the version 5.15. Like I said, it's a clone. Now, there are the actual boards. I don't know how expensive they are these days. They're probably over $100. I don't know how much they are. I haven't looked into it. As more time keeps going by, I'm becoming a big fan of the ODEs. I mean, there's disc rot. I mean, the prices of disc are insane. First thing you're gonna wanna do is remove the 4 screws and lift up the top cover. Now, just to clarify, if you got the V1, you're gonna wanna look at the drive and look at the metal base. If it's metal, then you know right away you got the V1. So there's only 4 screws that hold that. Take out the 4 screws and you can literally just lift up the drive. That's it. Now, you're gonna wanna get your GDEMU board and just put it on top where the drive was. That's how easy it is. That's like all you have to do. It's the easiest mod. I'm not gonna go over on how to set up the card. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. It's really easy. All you're gonna do is download this file called the GD menu, put that in the root under a folder that you create called 01, and then with the games, you're gonna go numerical. Folder 02, folder 03, and so on. Put all the files inside that folder and rename the main folder like disk, and that's it. Like, it's super easy. Like it sounds easy, right? It is easy. This is, like I said, it's the easiest mod you can do for your system. Now, I just want to go over some things that are optional. This is optional. You guys don't have to do this. Now, when I turned on my system, I was really annoyed because the CMOS battery was out. It kept asking for the date and time. Every time I turned on my system, that was annoying. Now, what Dreamcast did was they put the battery soldered into the board. You're like, come on, why'd you guys do that? Like, you guys should have just made it where we can just remove the battery and replace it. That would have been too easy, right? Well, good news is you can do that. You can buy the battery holder off Amazon and you can buy the battery. Removing the battery is super easy. You're just gonna wanna use a wick and a soldering iron. And once you remove the battery, just install the holder, solder that back on. It's just 3 legs. And then after that, the battery literally slips in, man. It's easy. So if you need to replace the battery in the future, you don't have to desolder anything. So just do it once and that's it. And then the other thing that's completely optional, people say that this board, because you take out the drive, that there's no load, so the board heats up. I don't know how true that is. Now, supposedly you don't need to do anything. Yes, it does heat up. Some people put a resistor in there. Some people install a fan to replace it. You know, there's a bunch of little hacks out there that people add a load to this 12 volt voltage regulator. Now, what I did was I just removed the 12 volt voltage regulator. Like, why do we need it? Now, when you remove it, make sure you remove the tiny surface mount resistor, and that's it. Like, I didn't have to buy any parts, so just removing this, so it will take the regulator out of the circuit and it won't be in use. Like, why even have it in there if it's in use? So I just removed it, and I gotta say, I've had no issues with the system. it's been playing, but I had no issues before, so this is completely optional. I just did it to future-proof the system in case it does run hot after long gameplay, but I don't know. Like I said, you guys don't have to do this. This is just something optional. Now, you can buy an SD card mount. Unfortunately, Laser Bear was out of them when I checked the websites, but they have them now. But I ended up ordering a mount from eBay. It was all right. Like, it could have been better. It wasn't the quality of Laser Bear, but it works, you know? So this is optional if you guys want a SD card mount and don't want a hole right there exposed, which it doesn't even matter. You guys don't really need one, but I just did it just to look clean. Last thing, I want to show you guys the menu in action. Let's check this shit out. All right, guys, so here's the menu right here. Before I go a little further, I just want to make a quick little disclaimer. If you guys decide to take out that voltage regulator or that resistor, just know you won't be able to use the drive anymore. So it's up to you guys if you want to do that. I have an extra Dreamcast in case I do want to use a drive, but I can tell you right now, I am never going to use that drive. I'm not looking back. Anyways, as you can tell right here, I did add these artworks right here, the ones of the actual cases. Now, not all the games have artwork. You can tell a lot of them have them on the disc and some don't have them at all. If you guys want to add the artwork, I will leave a link in the description to the video I use as reference. It takes a little while, and I noticed that if I scroll through the games quickly, it doesn't even have enough time to actually catch up and put the artwork. So I thought it was kind of pointless to go through it. Doesn't even matter as long as the games play. Now, what was cool about the Dreamcast is a lot of these games were like arcade ports. I mean, they were like nearly arcade perfect almost. A lot of these games I like Daytona USA, the Hydro Thunder, House of the Dead was awesome. Even though those green blood, you can unlock the red blood. I did have Mortal Kombat Gold. Some reason I do like this version. I did like all the 2K games. Power Stone, that's an awesome game. It's almost like Smash Brothers, but not really. These are just the games that I put in here. Of course, I like a lot of fighting games. Here's that Tokyo Extreme Racer that I was talking about. We'll just play a quick game real quick just so you guys can check it out. There is an in-game reset. If you guys hold all the 4 buttons, X, A, Y, and B, just hold all those with start at the same time. It'll reset it, and you got to press it again quickly, and it'll bring it back to this menu. I'm not sure which game to try. I guess we'll try House of the Dead. Now, this game was a rail shooter. I remember playing this at the movie theater. It wasn't as bad as back in the day. If you guys are old school, you know the Lethal Enforcers. That game was crazy. It would eat up your quarters wild. Now, I just have memories of being at the movie theater and only getting a little bit of time to play this game. So I never got far in it. I never got the Wii ports or anything like that. But it is fun. That's why I like the Dreamcast, because it gives me a chance to play these games that I never got to play, and I do recommend modding your system. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, it wasn't a tutorial. It's just a little overlook, even though it's pretty much became a tutorial in a way. I don't know, but I recommend this mod. It's super easy. It's old. It's been out for a few years, but you know, in case you guys don't know about it, check it out. Bring your Dreamcast back to life. It's freaking awesome. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'll be catching you guys soon. Peace out.